What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon Da Vinci, and you're watching Da Vinci Reacts, except this is more like Da Vinci Reviews, because I'm going to be giving you guys my impressions of the movie Captain Marvel. Everything I'm going to say in this, I'm going off the top of my head. It's been a couple of days since I've seen the movie, so some details have been forgotten or are hazy. But I just wanted to give you guys my impressions, mainly because there's been a lot of reviews that have been put up about the movie, and I wanted to give you guys my impressions before you go ahead and decide whether or not to watch the movie. Just to give you my overall opinion about the movie, then I'll probably go into some plot details later on. But just to give you my overall opinion about the movie, I enjoyed it. I really did. I went in, I watched a couple of reviews online, Tyrone Magnus, Real Rejects, things like that, and they said that they didn't like it. So I was kind of going in originally thinking like, oh man, this movie might not be good. Like I even told King Rutherford when we went to go and watch it, like, have you seen the reviews? I don't know. I don't know how I might feel about it. So we went in, but I tried to keep an open mind. I tried to make sure that I didn't take the reviews and let them already determine my idea of how the movie was going to be. I went in, I watched it, and it was good. I really liked it. Like, if you guys are big on scores and you want me to give the movie a score, I would give it a 7 out of 10. Maybe even higher than that, like a 7.5 out of 10. And you guys should know I'm somebody that's a stickler when it comes to movie reviews, or when it comes to scores. For me, 5 is average. 5 isn't a bad score for me. 5 is average. 10 is perfect. I have never given a movie a 10 out of 10. 10 is absolute masterpiece. Like, there's no flaws in it whatsoever. So I gave it a 7.5. The special effects were good. I'm not sure why people have said it was bad. I actually thought the special effects were okay. I'm not really a fan of the whole lasers thing, like just shooting out like plasma beams or whatever out of your hands. I'm not really a fan of that when that's like kind of the only power that you seem to have. I mean, I know she's strong also and she can fly, but I think that's really all they showed off. I don't know the history of Captain Marvel. A lot of people have said, or not a lot of people, I only watched one review. It was somebody who was doing a review of the actual character from the comic books. And they said that Captain Marvel isn't necessarily like a very strong Avenger. Well, she's strong, but she's not the strongest. Like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it seemed like they were trying to play her off like the Superman equivalent of the Avengers. When the video that I saw, it said that there are other characters that are way stronger than her. They said that Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Thor, Hulk, all of them are a lot stronger than she is. But based on what the movie presented her as, it makes me think that the movies are kind of retconning her or changing up her story to make her stronger so that she is that equivalent. If it is, I'm not going to sit here and make judgments because I'm not huge into comic books. Well, I'm into comic books, but I just haven't really ever got into the stories of the comic books. So I can't really be the person to say, oh, well, this is a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I do like the fact that they're taking a character and making her like stronger. I know that like Marvel has Sentry, who I think is supposed to be the Superman equivalent, but they have never introduced him into the movies, or at least I don't think they did. So I don't mind them giving her a new set of powers, or at least a new scale to her powers. I didn't see any social justice warrior feminist stuff that people like to point to. I don't know. Like it seems like there are people that whenever they say they don't like a movie, people would jump on the idea of, oh well, it's because you think it's because it starred a woman or something like that, and when it's like, no, not really. Like, I loved Wonder Woman. I loved what was the Halloween remake. That was pretty much all women in the end. It was a good ass movie. I love Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, there's a lot of ways you can make female characters great, and it doesn't have to be their fault that a movie flops. Suicide Squad was a movie that flopped, but Harley Quinn was without a doubt the shining like star from that movie. Period. Like, she set off an entire like cultural phenomena right there. Like, she was pretty much a meme. Like, she was the one thing that you pulled out of this movie as something that was good. Yeah, as just to give you guys a reference on what type of movies I'm a fan of, or at least not a fan of, I hated Suicide Squad. I hated Batman v Superman. It had a couple of good scenes in it, but I hated that movie because of all the crap that they try to cram into it. I hated Justice League. The only thing I did like about Justice League was that one scene where Superman first woke up and he was confronted by the Justice League. Especially that encounter with Flash. I really liked that scene. But outside of that, I hated the movie. I hated The Last Jedi. I actually did a review of that movie. I'm not sure if it's on this channel or if it's on my DT Productions page, but I think it might be on this channel. You can watch that if you want my opinions about that movie. And none of the things people criticized online were reasons why I didn't like it. In regards to like the whole, oh, well, it's because of like the woman, like it started a woman and you're anti-feminist or anti-woman or some shit. Like, no, I didn't like the movie because it was done badly in my opinion. Without going into that, I don't want to go deep into that specific movie and start talking about stuff I didn't like again. So if you want to see that, go and watch my other review. Captain Marvel, the way that they had her played off, early in the movie, they established it that she is a part of a group called the Kree. And it was kind of weird for me because I always assumed that the Kree were bad, because the blue guy with the hammer from what movie was he in? Was it Thor? I think it might have been Thor Ragnarok, maybe. I forgot what movie he was in, but he was a Kree, and there's a game I play on my phone, and the Kree are a bad guy. So I was assuming, like, okay, is she a bad guy when I first watched it? But they tried to play it off like the guy who was her commander, I guess, like her superior officer, like he was training her, and the whole thing was like it's just like power struggle, not necessarily power struggle. They were training against each other, and like they were fighting, and the whole, like, there was this thing about when you can finally knock me down, that's when you'll be something. And man, I'm trying to get into this without mentioning any spoilers. That's the hard part. I could just make this a spoiler video, but then it would lose a lot of views. So I'm gonna try to keep it as spoiler free as possible. So they're going around, they're trying to fight these creatures that are these shape-shifting creatures. I think they're called the Skrull. Like I said, this is a couple of days. I forgot a lot of details. So they're fighting against these creatures called the Skrull. And the battle that they're in goes bad, and she somehow finds herself on Earth. I think she was, I'm still thinking. She was, I think she was teleported onto Earth. And the whole movie, she's having these like flashes, these visions of a past life or a past time, because she's looking for this woman. So just a quick heads up, when she runs into her superior officer says that she has to go and meet the, what is it called? The all-knowing intelligence, I forgot the name of it. So she meets this all-knowing intelligence. It's like this AI system for the planet that controls everything. And when you go to meet it, it takes the form of somebody that means the most to you. So when she meets it, it takes the form of this woman that she doesn't really remember, but she has like dreams about. Like, she still, like, she has flashes of her memory where she sees this woman, but she doesn't know who it is. So she knows the woman is important. And the woman is in control of this project, I guess. I'm not sure if they know this at that time or not, but They discovered that she was in control of this project that was taking place on Earth, and so they try to find. I think they try to find a way to Earth. Man, I don't know why I am messing up on. Bottom line is, she ends up getting to Earth. She runs into Samuel L. Jackson, or Nick Fury. This is Nick Fury's first time experiencing extraterrestrial activities and things like that. This is his first time running into superhuman beings. So this is Nick Fury straight like rookie season. Like, he doesn't know anything about anything. he's a seasoned agent as far as like normal stuff is concerned, but this is his first time running this stuff. So you end up having a Nick Fury that is a lot more comical than he is in other movies. He's not as stern and serious. And I was thinking while I was watching the movie, is that something that's annoying me? Like, is that something that irritates me? But in the end, I determined, like, not really. Because if you think about it, if this is your first time running into aliens and stuff like that, there's only a handful of emotions you can have. One of them is to be scared, which Nick Fury damn sure better not do, because if he was nervous and like that would make it even worse. You can crack jokes, or you can just do nothing. And because it's a movie, doing nothing would be bad acting. That would turn Nick Fury into a damn star. It would turn Nick Fury into Mace Windu. That's what it would turn him into. So, yeah, cracking jokes is the only thing I can see as far as like still showing personality, but not making him come off as someone who's weak. So I gave that a slide. It's not an issue for me. But Nick Fury was one of the highlights of the movie because it was very funny. He has an interaction with a cat in particular that is very funny. I'd suggest you guys go and watch it just for those interactions with the cat. The leader of the shape-shifting race, the Kree, or not the Kree, the Skrull, I think they're called. He was great too. He had a lot of personality, very funny. So they're on Earth. They're looking for this device that the Dream Woman, which I'm gonna call her for now, she was creating. So they're pretty much, it's just a cat and mouse game of trying to, chase the shape-shifting guys while at the same time looking for the device, because the shape-shifting guys are looking for the device also. I can only talk about what, like, half of the movie, because the other half things kind of change, where you think you're looking for one set of bad guys and then it turns into something else. So I'm not going to go deep into it because then it would spoil the movie for you. Go watch the movie. Like I said, it is a good movie. I'm not sure how somebody could necessarily get bored watching it. I will say this, the woman, the Dream Woman, her name, I believe they said at some point, was Mar-Vell. I think that was her Kree name or something, because she was a Kree. She was a Kree hiding on Earth. Her Kree name was Mar-Vell, I believe. And that is where Captain Marvel got the name Captain Marvel from. I guess the name was written on like a airplane or something, because Captain Marvel, well, I'm not going to go into it. But the name was written on the side of an airplane. It was Mar-Vell, and Nick Fury saw it, and he said Marvel. And she was like, no, it's Mar-Vell. Or Captain Marvel was like, no, it's Mar-Vell. And he was like, well, it looks better. It sounds better as Marvel. So she just took that and ran with it. It was just a good movie. I mean, the whole reason I'm making this review, not necessarily is for the plot points, because as you can tell, I don't really have a great grasp of the plot off the top of my head right now, because it's been a couple of days and I kind of forgot a lot of moments from the movie. I just wanted to make this review just to let people know, don't get swayed by the reviews themselves. Go and watch the movie yourself and come up with your own conclusions. I promise you, you will more than likely have a difference of opinion based on what you see. Just go and see it. That's all I can ask. Anyway, that's been this review. Sometime in the future when I do another review, I'm going to do my homework and actually get all the information ahead of time. I was just trying to hurry up and get this out because I wanted you guys to not make a judgment based on the reviews. Go and watch the movie. Anyway, that's been this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. I look forward to seeing you guys on some future videos and possibly even in the movie theaters because, like I said, go watch the movie. But until then, I'm going to give you guys the deuces, and I look forward to seeing you then. Deuces.